Roy Jones has suggested that Gervonta Davis must fight Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson before they get out of his weight class and be too heavy. Right now, those guys are getting bigger. They're starting to weigh more, starting to gain more muscle. I've been saying recently Tank must fight these guys because at the weight he's at now, but this is what I'm thinking right now, though. Because lately, I've noticed that Tank has been staying in shape a lot more lately. And he's kind of waiting out that Inoue situation. I feel like he wants to know if Inoue has a chance at 126 and 130. I heard one of Tank's trainers say recently that Tank was a 126 pounder naturally, or he could make it, or something like that. And I was like, at 126? Because Tank makes 130, and what I've been noticing recently is Tank makes 130. Tank makes 130, and he's not even dehydrated. But I also noticed from the way Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are, and I've said this recently, Devin Haney's going to end up being a 47 or 54 pounder when it's all said and done. Him and Shakur are going to be around the same weight in a couple of years, but Tank Davis won't be in the same weight. Tank Davis he's not gonna wait on anybody. He's not trying to wait Tank Davis, but Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson not trying to wait on Tank Davis to see what kind of fight he's gonna put together and anything like that. Their body's changing. Even Ryan Garcia just said it. That's why Ryan Garcia, people don't realize this, and I'm gonna drop a jewel real quick. The reason Ryan Garcia made the fight quick with Tank is because his bodies were changing. Just like right now, Ryan Garcia's body is changing right now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys, they're making 140 right now, him and Devin Haney. But I know Ryan Garcia dead said to Devin Haney, I don't know how long I can be at 140. Devin Haney probably said to him, I don't know how long I can be at 140 either. You know how Can't Face It Boxing knows this? Because I was in the same situation as Devin and Ryan Garcia at 135 and had to go to 140. People don't understand when you're 5'9", 5'8", 5'10", and you're 135, solid muscle, and then you got to go up to 140, and then you're fighting at 140, and then what people don't realize is it's a lot of guys that walk around at 60, 65, fighting at 40. And people like, well, so I'm walking around fighting a guy Canelo size. Well, not Canelo size, but basically some of these guys Canelo size when they're walking around not fighting. At their walking around weight. And Tank is going to let people, you know how fights aren't going to happen for Tank? He's going to end up being too big. They know it already. As soon as Devin Haney said, I'm going up one weight class. Oh, he's too big. And then nobody said when Tank Davis went up to 140, oh, he's too big for 35. He don't need to come back down here. Or I don't need to fight Tank Davis. He's a 40 now. Nobody said that. Even though he's 140, they were still willing to fight him. But Roy Jones knows better than anybody, though. The way these fighters' bodies change, and he knows what age they are. He's been through it. It was at a point where Roy Jones couldn't gain a pound. Now he can't keep a pound off. So he knows better than anybody. Metabolism slows down. He knows that also Tank trying to look for that Inoue smoke, but he trying to let Tank know, like, don't let the opportunity pass you by and you wish that you had it before, because the way it's going now, it don't look like you trying to find the opportunity to kind of put your skill to the test. Just from the looks. And I don't know. Tank has to put something valuable, bring something valuable as far as to the game right now. I mean, we let you slip with the Ryan Garcia thing because a lot of these people don't know boxing, and they kind of get in America. People like to get enamored with the names. Other places too, but I just don't understand. People say I want to see a guy box a person, and they never seen a person box before. You know, like a lot of these people didn't see Ryan Garcia box before the Tank fight, so it was like just casual stuff, man. You know it happens sometimes. It happens. I just think, like I said, the difference with everybody else is the only difference with everybody else in Tank is Floyd standing right next to him. That's the only difference I see to everybody else. Tank isn't. He's not getting more knockouts than certain boxers is. I know guys with the same amount of knockouts. Just a few minutes ago, you had fans comparing TFM on the Tank. So I can't listen to everybody. But I understand what certain people. I understand what certain people trying to say, but TFM will never be on the level of Tank, man. Not the way he's going about things. Tank fundamentals was way too good to be kind of misjudging whether a guy is ready or not, especially with at the level of Tank. But like I said though before, these guys, I know Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, they're not gonna stay at that weight. Shakur Stevenson, he's I don't know, man. He might end up weighing more than Devin Haney at the end of the day. Me personally, from what I seen, it looks like Shakur puts on a little more. That's why it's kind of weird though, because let me tell you why. Shakur is putting on more weight than what. Well, Shakur has more weight to come off. He can cut more weight than Devin Haney can right now. Devin Haney's a skinnier guy than what he's a more slender guy than what Shakur is. Shakur has a little more weight on him that can come off. He has a little more fat on him that can come off. So that works to his advantage, but at the same time, Devin Haney, he's using that to kind of get to where he needs to be as far as his strength and his weight. But because he doesn't know, his body's changed. He's been in that weight forever, man. You know what I'm saying? Shakur just got to 35. Devin Haney's been in the weight class forever, so I wouldn't expect a lot of people who haven't been in the weight class for a long time to understand, but he's been in there way too long. Devin Haney was probably at that weight a year or two longer than what he should have been. And that's going to make his body more fatigued when he goes into trying to lose weight. Over time, bro, that losing weight stuff, it gets tiring. It gets old. But you got to realize, you got guys who's with so much weight that's cutting weight. People like, why did you fight a guy at your walking around weight? They're not fighting their walking around weight. You see how big Tank blows up and then he can lose all that weight? Like, these guys, a lot of these guys, they can hold weight better. Tank better listen to Roy Jones because he know better. He just let him know, like, hey, I wouldn't catch myself in a situation where I'm not going to be able to have these big fights with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. You don't want that to be on your legacy. Because Roy Jones knows Shakur and Devin have a lot more time to add to their legacy. They're going to be fighting long after Tank's retired. It's going to be that way. It looks that way. They're in love with boxing at a whole different level. Even though people try to say, well, Shakur's retired. Man, come on. Even these other promoters like Oscar and all these other people, they know Shakur is not retiring. They know what he's mad about, especially Oscar. Oscar knows. That's why I listen to some of the stuff Oscar says. I'm like, okay. He be joking, but he knows so much about what goes on that he makes a joke out of it because it's the only way he can kind of make some kind of entertainment out of it. But he knows these guys. Shakur going through these politics. And he like, oh, Zepeda again. But shoot, I would have told Shakur that Zepeda and all these other guys was moving in. He should be happy. Shoot, just hold the belt. Make weight and you'll be surrounded. Don't have these guys trying to make you drop the belt on the scale like last time. I don't know if you were told to do that, but man, that was ridiculous. But at the same time, he won the fight, but I don't know, bro. It was just super unprofessional when I seen that. But I mean, he listened to the code. He listened to what was going on, but at the same time, Devin Haney, he's fighting all these guys. Lomachenko. Now Lomachenko ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't want to hear people say, oh, yeah, Lomachenko's somebody. Devin Haney fought him. They like, oh, well, he lost. So at least he fought him. Like, what are we talking about? He fought him, right? Like, we don't give credit where credit is due, but at the end of the day, that's why I don't want to hear about Loma. If he's that serious of a contender, prove it to me. That's why guys like Tank and Shakur, y'all should have been got y'all hands on this guy. And we're still running around having to prove ourselves to other people? Nah. Y'all got to fight this guy. He's the one that y'all said was at this level. So I just don't understand. I'm kind of confused on the situation. But I know what he's talking about. Tank ain't going to be at 40. Tank's not going to be at 47, 45, 54 fighting those guys. He's too small. As far as his length and everything else, he's not fighting Tim Tszyu. But what I will say is, what is he going to do as far as big fights in the future? Is he going to 35? To be honest with you, I don't care. Because if you look back now, he doesn't have really a names on the resume that I'm familiar with as far as what I like. I like the late Leo Santa Cruz fight, but at the same time, I want somebody that's similar to Leo Santa Cruz with a lot more power. You're getting away from that type of style. Now you're getting guys with low punch outputs, not high punch outputs like Leo Santa Cruz. So I want to see some entertainment. I don't want to see certain things that's been going on lately with those fights. But that's just me. I'm just different from everybody else. I know last year everybody else was screaming over Ryan Garcia fight, but I've never wanted that fight. You know what I'm saying? I just haven't. I actually wanted that fight for other people besides Tank at this time right now. Like, I didn't even know Tank was entertaining 135. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is he still entertaining 135? He's talking about Conor Ben, so I'm not entertaining that stuff, bro. It is what it is. That's his career. The people who do put on the real fights, I will be watching them this weekend and in the future. So whatever boxers want to do, I mean, can't really knock them, but just know that we know that's not the real fight that we're asking for. In the end of the day, it's not. He knows this, but it's going to be a lot harder to maneuver through that stuff in the future. That's all I got. To like and subscribe.